And then I heard somebody in the distance say, "Hello, hello." And when I heard that, for like the next 20 minutes, I was screaming nonstop.
Only on News 5 tonight, a story of survival. This 25-year-old man was a passenger in a car on I-77 near Stone Creek when he was thrown from the vehicle. The driver was killed in the crash, but Mykal Isom laid in an embankment next to the highway for days.
Tonight, though, he is at Akron General Hospital recovering from the injuries he sustained in that crash. That's where we find our James Girardi, who spoke exclusively with this man. And James, this is one incredible story.
You got that right, Rob. Last Wednesday at 8 p.m., Mykal Isom was thrown from his car traveling on I-77. He wasn't found until 11 a.m. on Friday. There were times he thought he was going to die, but he lived, and he shared his story with us today.
I was outside the car for 2 days, just yelling at the top of my lungs for somebody to come help us.
This is the car 25-year-old Mykal Isom was in on I-77 near New Philadelphia Wednesday night when the driver lost control. It flipped several times and landed at the bottom of an embankment where it went unnoticed for nearly 2 days.
I was making serious thoughts to myself, like at that moment, that last day, like, if nobody come, I'm not gonna make it. Like, I used to like really sit there and think to myself, like, what would it like to be dead right now?
Isom knew his friend, the driver, was dead. His injuries were too severe to move. A shattered arm and massive internal injuries prevented him from moving. But what he did still have was the will to live and a voice.
On the second day, I was screaming again, like, help me, help me, help me, please. And randomly, out of nowhere, I hear these footsteps come from behind me, and these two guys come walking up the hill.
We haven't talked to the man who actually found him. I would love to talk to him. I think Mykal would love to talk to him, just to say thank you, if anything, because had he not showed up that day, we'd probably be planning a funeral right now.
Multiple surgeries later, Mykal is alive and more grateful than ever he'll live to spend another day with his daughters.
My whole mind state was, you got to get home somehow. You got to get to a hospital.
The other man who died in this crash, 48-year-old Brandon Parks from Elyria. Mykal and his family are still trying to get in touch with those two men who found him on Friday. Reporting live in Akron for News 5, I'm James Girardi.